Record.
Hi, honey.
Good evening.
Well, I'm down in Devon at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking after Mum. She's just had a spinal operation,
Right.
so I've come down here for 3 weeks to be a carer. Yeah, putting
Yeah.
my nursey hat back on again. Yeah. But yeah, she's recovering well,
Good.
very slowly. She's in a lot of pain.
Uh-huh.
Um, so any viewers, if you want to send out healing, by all means do. Mum receives healing really well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
obviously we do wish her well. And I'm
thank you.
sure that, like me, many healers will join in just sending her that beautiful, powerful energy. So,
Lovely, thank
so
you.
we're also we've got a full moon in Scorpio. And we've got Pluto retrograde, transformation. Oh my goodness.
Well, it was really interesting because whilst Mum was in hospital,
Mm,
obviously I had my cards with me. I did her a reading.
yeah.
Now, last time I was down, which was obviously in April. I gave her a reading then. It's all about things are going to happen.
Mhm,
It's going to be all for the best.
mm.
Don't worry about things. Da 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 da. The reading I gave her in hospital was because it was on the Monday I did the reading. Of course,
Yes.
that was the day of the full moon,
Yeah.
and it says the changes are in place. You've just got to listen and work with your body. It was unbelievable the reading. Um,
Yeah.
um, don't do, do away with the old things, bring back in the new things. And she's learning how to walk differently now.
Right.
Now she's had the spinal operation. And
Mm.
when the card said that, I said, "There you go, Mum. No more stooping forward and running
Yeah.
off with your row later." I said, "It's
Yeah.
standing up straight and walking straight forward." Yeah, yeah. So
Brilliant.
she appreciated that. Yeah,
Yeah. Brilliant. So,
definitely full moon energy was in those cards. Definitely. So
yes.
let's see what we do today then, shall we?
Yes. Let's get our cards in action, shall we? See what comes up.
Yeah. I mean, I
Um,
always bring them down with me, and I always read them when I'm down here.
oh
I got
yes.
I got my Pippa Best C
Yeah.
cards
Yeah.
and my old, or my new faithfuls, the ancient stones. Right. Let's see what they have. You can't hear a motor in the background, can you?
No, can't hear anything.
I got a fan on in the kitchen. I just didn't want it to be disturbing too much. No.
Unfortunately, in Halifax today, it's been quite cool.
Oh no, it is absolutely sweltering down here.
Yeah, well, we've had hints of sunshine, but we've had quite a bit of cloud today, so it's
Right.
been. I've even had my cardigan on, Gwen.
No.
Yeah,
Howdy.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So, I think we've had this before, or Mum's had this card. Oh, Mum's had the card before.
Yeah.
Right. We have the singing stones.
Oh, we have had that before.
I thought we had, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we had
I've
that
got the
one.
singing stones here.
I think
And
yeah.
it is about that vibration that's
Mhm.
going on at the moment, but it's your vibration that you've got to amplify out to everybody.
Mm,
And obviously covered a lot in blue, so it's not just about your voice, it's making sure you're heard,
mhm,
um, and use your voice to be heard,
mm,
um, because it is time for us to do what we want to do now,
mm,
and to bring forward the energy that we want to bring forward into this full moon.
mm.
Okay. Um, the next one is, now I always find this card very confusing
Right.
because what we have here, we've got the black volcanic sand here,
Mm,
we've got the sea here, but
mm.
we've got a palm tree that's on its side.
Right.
You
Yes.
see, so I always interpret this card because it is what's called the stretch card. But
Mm.
whenever I see this card, it's about extending your reach, I think.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's really making sure that you're going forward. Um, and it could be that, when I see the volcanic sand there, I always think that maybe if you're stuck, because it is quite a dense sand with volcanic sand. So if you're stuck, I always feel that wave is telling you to go with the flow. Because with that palm tree there, the palm tree is heading towards, I feel, to go with the flow. It's getting its nourishment from the flow rather than being stuck. And when it says extend your reach, I always feel that when you're stretching, it is about like the previous card. It's your voice, your energy. You've got to make sure you are reaching where it needs to go. And that's about emanating outwards, not inwards. I feel to others. This has been out loads of times. I do always shuffle the cards, honest. Yeah, this is where it's on the altar.
Yeah.
It's that lovely figure where it's holding. Sorry, I'm sticking to this table. I'm so hot. It's really hot here.
You're making me jealous.
Phew. Yeah, and so I think I've said before, to me, it's like the old, hand it over. You don't need it anymore. But there's some goodness there that you can give to others, but you don't need it anymore. It's about handing it over, surrendering, sacrificing on the altar. That's what I feel. And surrender it. I also feel with this card, the face on there, I always feel it's quite sort of angelic, but in a human way. And I always feel they've got that feeling of forgiveness as well. That word's just come. So it's about forgiveness as well. And so as you're handing it over, you could be allowing it you to surrender it and to forgive it out, if you like. Yeah. There you go. This makes sense. This is the expansive card. Beautiful. Definitely I feel a Maldivian sea.
Yeah.
With the sand just clear underneath. You can see the life in the sea. But it's that flow and it's that expansive energy. And I always feel that one is, because it's got no true definition, it's about connecting to the whole, allowing everything to connect together. And to go with the flow. And I think once we've given over what we need to give over, that's probably how we'll feel. At the moment, we're still carrying. So we need to definitely, whatever it is, give to others. So because we don't need it anymore. Okay. And then we have, again, very similar. This is the scrying. Scrying card. And looking down into that big, what I feel, waterfall, with the lovely rainbow halo. That transformation that happens. And as you're scrying, it's about trusting what you see, trusting your vision, using your intuition. But I also feel, with this being the flower moon, I wanted to say it at some point. I think this card is making me say it. It is about those seeds that we planted are now growing, and we've got to grow with them. We've planted those seeds, and we mustn't forget that we did a lot of work on planting those seeds. And I do feel, with this flower moon, allow yourself now to blossom. I think there is another card coming, but and this is the courageous card. Quite a turbulent wave, but it feels, what I feel is it's well formed. It knows what it's doing. It's just got to have the courage to do it. Because at the end of the day, whenever we break through something, we need courage to do that, especially if it's very entrenched. We need that courage to break through, just like that wave's doing. It's finally breaking free and having the courage to do that. Yeah, break that wave.
Yeah.
Break that wave. Yeah. Right, there is another card coming. It's just confirming everything.
Yeah.
So we have this lady coming out of the stones. I always feel she comes out of the stones in this one. I don't feel she's hiding. I think she's walking towards the light. And this is the releasing of the past. What I've just said.
Yeah.
We're now emerging. We're now blossoming. And it says here, transforming, and your new energies transmuting out. And I think we've got to make sure that we do that emerging.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do that emerging now, we are going to have to wait to do it. This is the year of the chariot. This is the time to do it. And I do think, you know, we're nearly halfway through the year, would you believe? You know, we've done a lot of work this year.
Yeah.
From the stuff we had to sort of really sift through last year. We've done a lot of work this year. But I think this is the breaking point. Like that breaking wave. Have that courage. Now's the time to just go forward and do. Emerge, release the past, transform, and transmute those energies.
Yeah.
I do feel that's my concluding card. Lovely cards. Definitely.
Right, let's just have a see what I'll just get the cards out and then I'll show you which ones I'm using.
Sorry, Annie, something's
yeah.
just come to me.
Yeah.
I think when we do this, we've got to do it with that courage that we deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, this is the time we deserve to have this.
Yeah.
We should be feeling no less of ourselves. We deserve what's happening. Yeah. Sorry.
Right. No, that's okay. It's coming in. That's what we want.
I've
got my Rebecca Campbell set, but I've got the waters.
Lovely.
And I've also got the Earth Magic.
Lovely.
Wanted to plug into those. And one of the things I think it is important to recognise is with the Scorpio moon, stuff will be brought to the surface.
Oh, yes.
It's no longer hidden, it's being done in plain sight. And what we've got from Pluto is transformation, death and transformation. Death isn't necessarily actual physical death, it's transforming. And so we're being put on notice to remember what needs transforming, what needs to change.
Yes.
Because this powerful wave of change energy is washing over us to pick up on that card. Also, the dreams are intense, but they are processing dreams.
Yes, they are.
They're not foretelling dreams.
No.
Actually pure processing.
How to do it, yeah.
Yeah, and releasing. So it's like you don't have to do a lot of analysis or a lot of it's just letting stuff surface and go. So intense dreams, they're going to continue till the next new moon.
Right.
I want to say there's a shock that has gone on over the last few days of the kind of hit of Pluto going retrograde. It is going to ease. It's going to be gradually falling away until August. And a card fell out. It's the volcano card.
Goodness me.
I've been picking up on volatility. On the global stage, what we're seeing is it's all in full view. In plain the corruption, the manipulation, the discrimination, the hate. It's all there, full on the world stage. And that's creating its volatility.
I agree.
Energy.
I was watching something on Gaza just now, and it's criminal, horrible.
There is so much that is showing us we are settling for leadership that is corrupt. We are falling into them and us, and that attitude of I don't, let the suffering be over there. So long as it's me, it doesn't matter, and not me, it doesn't matter. So I do want to flag up that come August, I feel like there's another kick from Pluto retrograde. I haven't looked at the rest of the astrology or what's going on. I just have been picking that up for the past couple of days. And that intense liberation of passionate energy. And because Pluto is retrograde until the 13th of October, so we've got time to process, time to let the changes start to ripple through. So I'm reading the cards very much aware that there's a big transformation. This is what Pluto, we've had all that Saturn discipline.
Exactly.
And now
Pluto, now's the time. Absolutely.
Yeah, now Pluto's saying, come on, you cannot carry on like this.
Absolutely.
So my first card is the Lady of the Lake.
Oh.
Okay.
Beautiful
The Lady
swan.
of the Lake is telling us to use the new beginnings. It actually has written on it, something is about to happen. And she's got a sword. Now she's got the sword pointed down rather than up, but I feel the sword is swinging up to justice.
Yeah, that's the Excalibur.
Yeah, so whenever in your life there's injustice, I feel like the tide is turning to bring justice.
Yes.
On a global stage and a community stage and an individual stage. And what we're being asked to do with that is, when justice is here, is not to be invested in holding on to the past.
Exactly, definitely.
Your case has been heard, so to speak. Now move on. What's underpinning it is the winter solstice.
It's that reflection card.
Reflection. Yeah. Again, this is really ties in with that Pluto retrograde. Pluto retrograde? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Winter solstice, it's tying in with, we've got to reflect on our values and attitudes. The biggest shift that this retrograde is pushing us to is internal. It's transforming our attitudes, beliefs, and values to align with the values and beliefs of justice, equality, putting us back into understanding what is good for each other. And I do feel there's been a bit of surges, little peaks of Christ energy. Of course, we've got a new Pope, Leo.
Yes.
And his order is very much an order that puts forward the respect for Mother Mary, the Virgin Mary, honours Mary, the divine feminine. So obviously he's working with in a confined system, but I feel the transformation of Pluto's energy through things like religion, putting back that walking in the way of Christ, embracing everyone, love everyone. So that's really Age of Aquarius stuff.
It is.
I was listening to the song from Hair, the musical. This is the dawning of the Age of Aquarius. So I feel like that reflection is there. I feel as well it's a reminder, when you look back at winter solstice, at the turning of the seasons, what do you want to be reflecting that you've managed to let go? What do you want to stop seeing because you've changed it or let it go? The second card I've got is the Pearl.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's come out before.
it has. Yeah, and this is all, and it's so funny because I've just been sat looking through some pearl necklaces and sorting out which is actual pearl and which is pearl beads. I had them in my hands holding them. So I had handfuls of pearls. And the thing is the transformation of that piece of grit into the beautiful pearl at the end. And this is what we've got to see over the next few weeks and months is that transformation where the pieces of grit being layered on and polished and layered on and polished to bring us to that beautiful glowing piece. Because pearls for me are often not just wisdom, and sometimes people use pearls for tears, but also for me, purity. There's something about
Absolutely.
turning what is dismissed as a like a piece of nothing into something magnificent and valued and prized. So if we can remember over the next few weeks, we're in that journey. I often think about how they tumble and polish crystals,
I
knocking
know.
rough edges. I don't particularly like it, but what you sometimes get at the end is beautiful. What
Yeah.
you get at the end is amazing. So we're being tumbled about a bit as pearls.
I like that idea.
New
Yeah.
beginnings. And here's the iceberg, just to help us get the picture.
Yes.
What's
Yeah.
underneath? Yeah, because
Yes.
the thing about icebergs is most of the stuff, most of the iceberg is submerged.
Absolutely.
And if we're tumbled and polished, what's going to surface? What's going to come to the surface? Again, perfectly fitting with the retrograde we're in and the Scorpio full moon. What is coming up? And is it pure and beautiful? I mean, if you look at the photographs of icebergs, they're magnificent.
Oh, yeah.
Mother Nature producing these wonderful creations, you know, hundreds of feet thick, and it's just mind blowing.
Absolutely.
What's in us that's been suppressed or submerged? What do we need to melt and let through? And not just ice lollies when you're really hot.
Yeah, I've just given Mum a Magnum, so
Yeah.
she's happy.
Um, this card fits with yours, with your surf card. This is Ride the
Oh,
Wave.
yeah.
And when you turn that card up about the wave, and I was thinking, I want to surf that.
Yeah, it's that one.
Surf that. And here she is, she's riding the waves. She's accepting life's lessons and growth, and she's understanding she'll get through it, no matter how drenched you get with the emotion and the stuff and the letting go and the whatever. You emerge. You
It's that courage it's that courage that's needed, isn't
Yeah,
it? That,
you
yeah.
emerge. You kind of go, right, let me have it, but you still come out the other side. And that's a reminder for us. Whatever change is processing through for you, it's about you'll come through it. And
Yes,
you will have regained your power.
absolutely.
That's the
Wonderful.
lightning. That's us being able to stand in our individual power and come together to help, because lightning is often not just one straight bolt, there's often forked lightning. And I think sometimes we forget just how powerful we can be together. And especially when you've got the volcanic action going on, uh, we need to ride it and then we need to take the power from it. So this next couple of weeks, it's also about where am I powerful? How am I powerful? Um, where in me are my talents that keep me in my power, that make me feel like I'm in charge of life?
And I think it's about saying to yourself, you are powerful.
Mhm.
You have got these. Let's just go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think from what's coming in for me as sort of the final understanding is the more that we anticipate life will change, the stronger our resilience when it does change. And that in
Yes.
itself is a power. It really is a power.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that's those done.
And Annie, as I said before, you
Yeah.
know, those that have been working with the moon energy over the past year,
Mm.
they're going to start reaping their benefits now, because I'm feeling it, you know, that something over this last, and it's not just because of Mom, but certainly over this last month, I've noticed me shifting. Are
Yes,
you with me? And
yes.
it's all for the positive.
I,
I've stopped
mm,
beating myself up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because I've been observing people around me and I've been kind of seeing it's like something's clicked and right, I'm not gonna drag myself down any longer. I'm not gonna deal with it from a low vibration. I'm actually gonna embrace the changes. I'm going to feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's
Absolutely.
absolutely what we need.
Definitely.
So fabulous catch
Great.
again.
Again,
I'm just
again.
giggling because my hair's gone in little wavelets.
Mine's gone that frizzy because it's so hot here, Annie. By the way, I do like your blue hair. It does suit you.
I've had to put some woolly socks on and a cardigan, but I might just go and treat myself to an ice lolly.
Well, I'm going to have my Magnum now. So,
So
oh,
lovely to talk to you.
been great, Annie.
We'll be back, won't we, with the new moon that's
Yes,
heading our way soon.
I know, definitely.
Yeah, the year is going incredibly fast.
Yep,
Yeah. So lovely to see you, Gwen. Have a good
yep,
time with your mum.
I
Take
will
care,
do.
darling. Bye.
Bye.